When looking at the movie on Hulu, it describes Bullet Train as an action movie. Seeing action makes me think of John Wick, Transformers, any Marvel movie, and you kind of just get the point. Even though I do like some of these examples, especially John Wick, I wouldn't call myself a big action movie fan. So I wasn't going into this movie with the highest hopes. Then I watched the damn thing, and oh my god, it was amazing. Between the very notable characters, perfectly timed jokes, and unique style, it was like striking gold. I ended up giving it a full 5 stars on Letterboxd because of how much I enjoyed the movie. In this video, I want to talk about why it's not only a must-watch, but one of the best original IPs I've seen in years. Now, you don't expect Bullet Train to have as much charm as it does, and you especially don't expect it to have around 10 fully fleshed out characters. Characters who the audience ends up feeling strongly one way or another about based off their backstories and actions on screen. Lemon and Tangerine, who were by far my favorite characters in the movie. Being a duo, we are told that's the duo for deadly jobs. On screen, though, we see a softer side of both of them, and how much they care for each other, and then we move on to Ladybug, who's the movie is centered around, played by Brad Pitt, who knows just back on the job and trying to get off the damn train with a briefcase. But even he has humanity to him, as we see on screen. I could do this for every character, but you get the point. The characters make the movie. There's so much depth in each one of these characters, and for such a large ensemble, it's truly impressive to see. I chalked it up to Zach Olkowitz, I'm going to butcher that, the writer of the movie, who held himself to a high standard when writing these characters. He understood that character development was as, if not more important than the actual plot. It's something that can get lost in the pre-production process. That being said, the team nailed it, especially casting the characters. Other than Brad Pitt, there aren't really many other A-list actors starring in this movie. Sure, there are cameos from Sandra Bullock and Ryan Reynolds. But other than that, these people who aren't top of the top are still putting on brilliant performances that made me a fan instantly. The chemistry between actors was also amazing to see. You could feel the good energy flying around off the screen. And it just made for an enjoyable watch from these characters who had great chemistry with each other. Speaking of the plot, Bullet Train has such an interesting premise that draws a crowd in. Based off the book by this guy, because I'm not saying his name, there's just no way. Kotaro Isaka. Isaka? Yes. Kotaro. Okay. Based on the book by Kotaro Hisaka, I could be butchering that. Bullet Train is, put simply, about a group of criminals all trying to complete their separate objectives on a bullet train. They all end up intertwining with each other because a big bag put them there, but we don't know how they're connected, and we learn that throughout the movie. It isn't even revealed that someone put them there until the end. An idea that you don't see every day due to the small cramped space of a train. You'd think that there's no way you could make this an engaging movie for a whole 2 hours, but they do it masterfully. The main thing that makes the plot so engaging is the characters, like I said. The importance of flashbacks, every character we meet ends up being related to the big bad one way or another, and to each other. It's like a spider web, and they're all getting tangled together. The writing by Zach, I'm not going to say his last name again, keeps you engaged, pulling back layer by layer these intriguing characters' backstories to reveal how they're all connected and what brought them here. Not only that, but their personalities are all unique and awesome. From Lemon's love of Thomas the Train to Prince's two-faced nature, everyone in the audience can find someone on screen to get attached to and root for throughout the events that go on in the movie. And if you don't love any of the characters, you will learn to hate some of them, like Prince, for example. That attachment creates real tension, as there are many life or death fights, which leaves you hoping that one person pulls through. Like for me, when Lemon died, I generally had to pause the movie because of how distraught I was. That I just couldn't believe that he died and drank this stupid water. Thankfully, he comes back to life, my fucking goat. That leads me to my final point, though, which is the amount of tonal whiplash this film gives you. I think Bullet Train masterfully balanced so many different tones throughout the duration of the movie. From action to drama to comedy to sadness to drama and suspense, it's all present in the movie and it never feels weird or off. Such a hard task to pull off just because of the sheer amount of contrasting emotions you have to give to the audience. It requires excellent pacing, writing, and actors. This movie has all of that, though, at an A+ level, leading to a bunch of different emotional beats being perfectly executed. They aren't just doing it to have a crazy mixing bowl of genres, but instead to make a movie feel more genuine and draw you in. And from feeling curious at the beginning and then confused, to having great laughs with Ladybug, to feeling intrigued by the backstories, to suspense during the snake scenes, sleeping powder and murder, and the pure shock with the ending surprise. It makes for a crazy experience that leaves you with so many feelings that you need to watch it again to even understand. I love the layers that it provides, and I would easily recommend this movie to anyone due to the tone shifts alone. When you add great writing, characters, plot, and actors, you simply just have a recipe for success. When you add to that a movie that isn't bound by a single genre, Bullet Train is a movie that anyone can enjoy. That all being said, thank you so much for watching. If you stuck around the whole time, I appreciate you. We have some short films coming out on Winton Productions. If you want to go subscribe down below, I really appreciate it. Yeah, I haven't been posting. That's my fault. I've been a little busy. I moved into an apartment. Hopefully, we'll post somewhat frequently. I can't promise something though. Other than that, let me know in the comments below what stuff I should watch or review on the channel. And thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, all that jazz, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Did I hit that shit?